is question number 13. Given here is the price list of vegetables shown at a Mother Dairy vegetable booth. Mrs. Khanna bought the following vegetables. Now these are the vegetables that Mrs. Khanna bought from the vegetable booth, and this is the price of the vegetables according to per kg. Fine. So what we need to find? She bought potatoes 2.5 kg, onions 3 kg, peas 1.5 kg, carrots 1 by 4 kg. Now this is the quantity of vegetables that she bought. After buying the vegetables, she gave a 500 rupee note to the man at the counter. How much balance did she get? This is what we are supposed to find. So whenever you just go to a vegetable shop, what do? You just buy the vegetables. After that, you just add the amount that you are supposed to pay. So in this question also, first of all, you will just find the amount she paid for buying these vegetables. After that, you give money to the shopkeeper, and then if you give more money to the shopkeeper then the amount for what you have purchased something, so you get some balance. Fine. And if you give the appropriate money according to the amount that you have spent, then you get nothing. So here she gave 500 rupee note and she will get some balance. Now what balance she will get, that we are supposed to find. So let's see how to solve this question. So here cost of 1 kg potatoes, it is 25 rupees 25, but she has bought 2.5 kg, means 2 kg and half kg. So the cost of 2.5 kg potatoes will be, write down the cost of 1 kg, then the cost of another 1 kg because it will become 2 kg, and then you need to find the cost of half kg. Means if the cost of 1 kg is 25 rupees, so cost of half kg will be, you need to divide 25 by 2, means half of 2 kg. You can find like this. So 25 plus 25 will be 50 rupees and half of 25 will be 12.50. What you can do, you can multiply these two numbers. So you will get 25 and then you will divide it by 2. And you can use the long division method as well. And after dividing, you will get rupees 12.50. When you will add these two amounts, you will get rupees 62.50. It means she bought 2.5 kg potatoes for rupees 62.50. Then next she bought 3 kg onions. So cost of 1 kg onions is given, that is rupees 30, and you can easily find the cost of 3 kg onions by multiplying it. So 30 multiplied by 3 will be rupees 90. It means she bought 3 kg onions for rupees 90. Next is peas. So she bought 1.5 kg peas. So cost of 1 kg peas is given and we will find the cost of 1.5 kg peas. So how we will find that? Write down the cost of 1 kg peas, then find the cost of half kg peas. So whatever is the cost of 1 kg peas, you will just multiply it by half, or you can directly divide 70 by 2. So it will become 70 and you will divide it by 2, or you can use the long division method. So you will get 35 and 70 plus 35 is rupees 105. It means she bought 1.5 kg peas for rupees 105. Then she bought 1 by 4 kg carrots. So cost of 1 kg carrots is given rupees 40. Then we will find the cost of 1 by 4 kg carrots. How? Write the cost of 1 kg, then write the, or you can say you have to find the cost of 1 by 4 kg of carrots. So if the cost of 1 kg is 40, 1 by 4 you can find by dividing it by 4. So you will multiply it and get 40 and then divide it by 4, you will get 10. So 40 plus 10 is rupees 50. It means cost of 1 by 4 kg carrots is rupees 50. Now after buying all the vegetables, she will just add all the amounts that she had paid for the vegetables. So we will find the total money spent. Fine. You will add all the amounts that she had paid for the vegetables and you will get rupees 307.50. Then after just adding the amount, she gave rupees 500 to the shopkeeper. So here you can write, she gave rupees 500 to the shopkeeper or the man at the counter. Therefore, balance Mrs. Khanna got. So, out of 500, you have to subtract 307.50, and after subtraction, you will get 192.50. It means rupees 192.50. Rupees 192.50. This is the balance that she will get back. Next is question number 14. Complete a sequence given below. Now here we need to just pay attention that what sequence is being followed here. So the first number is 18,035. Then next is 18,017. Next is 18,105. If you will follow the sequence, you will come to know that in 18,035, when we will add 35 to it, it will become 18,070. When we will add 35 to this number, we will get 18,105. When we will add 35 to this number, we will get the next number, that is 18,140. When you will add 35 to this number, you will get 18,175. It means at every step we need to add 35 to the given number to write the next number. Now part B. 3,800, then 4,100, then 4,400. So how we have to write the next number? It means we need to add 300 to the given number. Fine. So when we will add 300 to 3,800, it will become 4,100. When we will add 300 to this number, we will get the next number. When we will add 300 to this number, we will get the next number. And when we will add 300 to 4,700, we will get 5,000. Similarly, let's do the last part. 17,200, then 18,300, then 19,400. Now, how we have got these numbers? So, what we have to do? We have to add 1,100 to the given number. So, 17,200 plus 1,100. Next number will be 18,300. Then again, when we will add 1,100 to this number, we will get 19,400. Again, we will add 1,100 to this number and we will get 20,500. When we will add 1,100 to 20,500, we will get the next number, that is 21,600. Now next, question number 15. Choose two numbers from each of the following groups which add up to 2,900. Now we need to choose any two numbers from this group, and we need to choose only those numbers which add up to 2,900, means whose sum will be 2,900. So from this group, we can choose these two numbers, 2,250 and 650, because their sum will be 2,900. Similarly, next part, from these numbers, we need to choose any two numbers whose sum will be 2,900. So what will be those numbers? 1,125 and 1,775, because their sum will be 2,900. Question number 16. On Diwali, Ranjana packed 90 chocolates in a box. She has an order of 875 boxes. How many chocolates does she need to complete the order? See, this is a very simple question. In one box, she packed 90 chocolates. So, how many chocolates she will pack in 875 boxes? This is what we need to find. Fine. So, she has an order of 875 boxes. And we need to just find how many chocolates she need to complete the order. It means number of chocolates in one box is given. Number of chocolates in 875 boxes we need to find. Simply. So, chocolates packed by Ranjana in one box, it is 90. Order she has 875 boxes. Therefore, chocolates in 875 boxes, because chocolates in one box is given. Chocolates in 875 boxes we will find by multiplying it. So, 875 multiplied by 90. You will get the answer, that is 78,750 chocolates. So, this is the number of chocolates in 875 boxes. It means this is the number of chocolates that she needs to complete the order. So we can easily say that she needs 78,750 chocolates to complete the order. Question number 17. A school wants to plant some trees in 53 rows. The gardener bought 5019 saplings from a nursery. How many least number of saplings should he bring more so that each row has same number of trees? So we need to find how many least number of saplings should he bring more so that in each row there will be same number of trees. So let's write the solution and find how many least number of saplings should he bring. The number of rows in which the school wants to plant trees, it is 53. Next is saplings bought by the gardener, it is 5019. Therefore, least number of saplings the gardener should bring more so that each row has same number of trees. For that, we need to divide. So, let us divide 5019 by 53. After dividing, when you will divide it, you will get the answer as 37 as the remainder and 94 as the quotient. Fine. Now, what will be the least number of saplings needed? So, you need to subtract this remainder from the divisor. So, what will be your answer? 16. It means 16 will be the least number of saplings needed more so that each row has same number of trees. So, this is how you can find the least number of saplings that should be needed. Next is question number 18. Fill in the missing numbers in the factor trees given below. Now here factor trees are given and we need to fill the missing numbers. So first is 120. So one of the factor of 120 is given and the other factor we need to find. But what will be that number? That number will be the number when we will multiply that number by 60, the answer should be 120. So it is 2 because 2 into 60 will give us 120. Now next is, now here we need to write two numbers so that when we will multiply these two numbers, we will get 60. So one of the number is 30. So when we will multiply 30 by 2, we will get 60. So the other number will be 2. Now here after this number, we need to find the two numbers. By multiplying them, we will get 30. So one of the number is 10. When we will multiply 10 by 3, we will get 30. Similarly, here we need to find the two numbers by multiplying which we will get 10. So 2 is already given and the other number will be 5 because 2 5s are is 10. So this is how we can find the missing numbers in the given factor tree. Now next is part B. Now here the number is 78 and this is a factor tree for 78. So the numbers, the two numbers by multiplying which we will get 78, or we can say the factors of 78. One of them is 2 and we have to find the another one. So if we need to find the another one, we can divide 78 by 2. So we will get the answer 39 and that will be the other number. Now next is 39. So here 3 is already given. So what will be the other number that we will get? And after multiplying these two numbers, the answer will be 39. So if you don't know about the number, you can divide 39 and the given number 3. So whatever your answer will be, it will be the next number, that is 13. Question number 19. 10 pence cost rupees 154. Find the cost of 1 pen. So here the cost of 10 pence is given and we need to find the cost of 1 pen. For that we need to divide. So let's find the answer. Cost of 10 pence rupees 154. Therefore the cost of 1 pen will be whatever we will get after dividing 154 by 10. So let's divide. Here 10 ones are 10. You will get 5 here. Now bring down the next number 4 here. 10 fives are 50. You will get 4 here. Now you have to put 0 and whenever you will put 0 from your side, then in place of that you need to put a decimal in the quotient. Now next is 10 fours are 40. So your answer will be rupees 15.4. So this is the cost of 1 pen. Now next question number 20. Fill in the blanks. Now here you need to add 13 by 23 and 2 by 23. As the denominators are like, these are like fractions, and whenever we need to add the like fractions, we need to write the common denominator and then add the numerators. That is 13 plus 2 divided by 23. So the final answer will be 15 by 23 that you can write here. Next is part B. 25 by 27 minus 12 by 27. So again, these are like fractions because the denominators are same. So how can we subtract them? We will just write the common denominator, that is 27, and we will subtract the numerators, that is 25 minus 12, and the answer will be 13 by 27, and this answer we will write here in the blank. Now part C, 2 by 5 of 1 kg. Now we have to find 2 by 5 of 1 kg. We know that 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. So we will find 2 by 5 of 1000 grams. Now how you can find it? You can multiply 2 and 1000. So you will get 2000 and divide it by 5. Now using the long division method, you can divide it and you will get the answer 400. So 400 gram is the answer. It means what is 2 by 5 of 1 kg? It is 400 grams. Now next is question number 21. Poonam bought 12 meter 40 centimeter ribbon and distributed it equally among 4 girls. So Poonam is a girl. She bought 12 meter 40 centimeter ribbon and then distributed it equally among 4 girls. How much ribbon did each of the girls have? Now we need to find how much ribbon did each of the girl get. So ribbon Poonam bought, it is 12 meter 40 centimeter. Now we will convert this into centimeters. We know 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So we will multiply 12 by 100 to convert it into centimeters. 40 is already in centimeters. So it will be added to this number. Now 12 into 100 is 1200 centimeter plus 40 centimeter will be written as it is, and in the last step we will add 1200 centimeter and 40 centimeter. Now we know that she distributed it equally among 4 girls. Therefore ribbon each of the girls have. To find this we need to divide. So we will divide 1240 by 4, and when we will divide it we will get the answer 310 meter. But we have to write it in the form of question. So we have to write it in meters and centimeters. So last 2 digits will be written with centimeters and the remaining digits with meters. So final answer is 3 meter 10 centimeters. So this is the ribbon that each of the girl got. Question number 22. Look at the clock which shows 2:15 p.m. and answer the following questions. Now here is the clock and the time is 2:15. So what time will it be? 2 hours, after 2 hours 30 minutes. So if right now the time is 2:15 p.m. So after 2 hours and 30 minutes, what will be the time? This is what we need to find. So first of all, we will find the time after 2 hours and then after 30 minutes. So 2 hours after 2:15 p.m. So after 2:15 p.m. next will be 3:15 p.m. and then 4:15 p.m. So after 2 hours the time will be 4:15 p.m. Now next is 30 minutes. So 30 minutes after 4:15 p.m. If the time is 4:15 p.m. then you can check that what will be the time after 30 minutes, or you can add here in minutes 30. So you can add 30 minutes to 15 minutes. So after 30 minutes after 4:15 p.m. the time will be 4:45 p.m. Next is 9 hours 45 minutes. So what will be the time 9 hours 45 minutes after 2:15 p.m. So first of all, 9 hours after 2:15 p.m. the time will be 11:15 p.m. And then 45 minutes after 11:15 p.m. what will be the time? 12 midnight. Fine. So hours you can add in the hours column and minutes in the minutes column, and you can find the time, or you can just check out the clock where the time is given 2:15 p.m. Now next is part B. What time was it before 3 hours 30 minutes. Now here we need to find the time that was before the given time, that is 2:15 p.m. So 3 hours before 2:15 p.m. the time was 11:15 a.m. and 30 minutes before 11:15 a.m. what was the time? It was 10:45 a.m. Now next is 1 hour 50 minutes. So what was the time 1 hour 50 minutes before 2:15 p.m.? First of all, 1 hour before 2:15 p.m. the time was 1:15 p.m. and then 50 minutes before 1:15 p.m. the time was 12:25 p.m. Next is question number 23. What are the perimeters of shape A and shape B? Now here two shapes are there, shape A and shape B, and these shapes are drawn on a square paper, and here one square means 1 square centimeter or 1 square unit. So you need to count the number of squares to find the perimeters, but you need to consider one thing, that whether the given shape is in the form of a square or a rectangle, and accordingly you will find the perimeter. So here shape A is in the form of a rectangle. So here the breadth is 3 square units and the length is 4 square units. So how you can find the perimeter of shape A? So you need to just add the sides. So the width is of 3 square units, then the length is of 4 square units. Again the width is of 3 square units and then the length is of 4 square units, and you can add all these numbers. So the answer will be 14. It means it is 14 units. The perimeter of shape A is 14 units. Now let us find the perimeter of the next shape, that is shape B. So the shape is here. Now what is perimeter? Perimeter is when we just add the lengths of all the sides of any closed figure. Here one square is of 1 centimeter. So let us count all the squares, or you can say the sides of all the squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 7, then 8, 9, 10, here 11, 12, 13, then 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. So what is the perimeter? 18 means 18 units. So here 4, then 2, here 1, then again 3, again 3 and then 5, and when we will add all these sides of these squares we will get the perimeter. Now next is question number 24. Study the patterns and write next 3 terms. Now here we need to study the pattern and then we have to write the next 3 terms. So here first number is 3, then it is 6, then 12, then 24. Now how these numbers have been written? So here the pattern which is being followed, it is multiply every given number by 2 and then write the next number. So 3 multiplied by 2 is 6, fine, and 6 multiplied by 2 is 12 and 12 multiplied by 2 is 24. Similarly 24 multiplied by 2 is 48, 48 multiplied by 2 is 96 and 98 multiplied by 2 is 192. Now next is part B, 2, 5, 8, 11, and we need to find the next 3 terms. Now 2, then next is 5. It means we have to add 3 to 2. So 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11, 11 plus 3 is 14, 14 plus 3 is 17 and 17 plus 3 is 20. So we need to add 3. So the pattern is to add 3 to every given number. Now next is part C. Now here 1, 8, 27, 64. So what is the pattern which is being followed here? So how we have got 1? So we have to multiply 3 times 1, then it will be 1. Then how we have got 8? Multiply 3 times the number, that is 2. Then multiply 3 times 3, then 4 times 4, and this is how we have got these numbers, and we need to find the same pattern to find the next 3 terms. So after 4, multiply the next number 3 times, that is 5, we will get 125. Then 3 times 6 will give us 216, and then 3 times 7 will give us 343. So the next three terms will be 125, then 216, and then 343. So this is how we can just write the next three terms in this question. Now next is question number 25. Study the adjoining graph and answer the following questions. Now here a graph is given about the favorite games. Now here the number of students are given, and here on the horizontal axis the games are given, and the games are football, volleyball, cricket, badminton and tennis. And we can see that what is the question here? What does this graph show? So this is the title of the graph, and this is what this graph shows. This graph shows the favorite games. So we can write the answer, that is favorite games. Now the next question is, how many students play badminton? So we need to check it. So here it is badminton, and here the number of students are given. So badminton is liked by 7 students. Fine. So the answer will be badminton is played by the 7 students. Next is, what is the most popular game? So here the most popular game is cricket. So we can write the answer, that is cricket. Next, at least how many students were surveyed? So how many students were surveyed in total? So we need to add all these numbers which are here shown in this graph. So we can add these numbers like this, that is 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 7 plus 7, which is equal to 38. It means how many students were surveyed? 38. Because 6 students play football, 8 students play volleyball, 10 students play cricket, 7 badminton and 7 table tennis. And in this way you can write the answers. So dear students, I hope you would have understood this exercise, that is warm-up exercise. So all the best and thank you.